Okay, so I literally just hit stop and then hit record again. So this will be the planting, the potting up video for yesterday's unboxing video of these two plants. So don't watch the first 30 seconds of this video because you'll know what the plants are. Go and watch yesterday's video. But if you don't know already, go check that video out and then come back and watch this one, okay? I'll link it above. Anyway, all right, so now that you're back and you watched yesterday's video, we're going to be potting up these two beautiful specimens. And I probably should, you know what, I'm going to get my computer and work out what the hell this is before I start potting it up because I'm sick of using both Anthurium and crystallinum species names and embarrassing myself. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Okay, so we're going to pot these guys up. I think I'm going to chuck the crystallinum into some aeroid mix, but we will take this moss off first and have a quick look to see how, yeah. Okay, so it does have quite a well-established root system, and it looks like these roots were in soil. How can you tell, Pete? So I think we will chuck it straight back into my aeroid soil mix. So I'm going to grab that out of the garage and I will be back. Let's put him gently down here. Those roots are nice. Okay, so soil mix beside me here. It is relatively chunky, so you guys will have to let me know if it is too chunky for a root ball system that looks like this, although it looks like it had quite a bit of chunky mix prior. So hopefully she'll be sweet. But you know what I need to do first? Actually, I won't put it in this mug. I will chuck it into its own little see-through pot. So there we go. Chuck a bit of soil on the bottom. Now, center it up. That looks good. And I think we're all good, guys. I assume that will be all right in terms of chunkiness. I will give it a water. What I have seen a lot of people do and recommend is chucking moss over the top. So I think I will copy this fad. And hopefully it encourages roots to grow out from the base of the plant along the stem there as it shoots out new leaves and yeah, thrive. Hopefully it thrives. So again, guys, please totally give me your advice regarding Anthuriums. I have a very limited collection and they are all very tiny, and so this is the biggest Anthurium I currently have, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. So yeah, Anthurium crystallinum. What a beauty. So that's the first one. We will water this puppy up shortly. And the next one, I'm going to get rid of this moss and mess in front of me, and I will have another sip of the coffee. I always end up making a coffee and then being like, yeah, this is going to be a nice cozy little repot or whatever, and then never have it again, you know, for the entire video. And it's cold when I get to the end, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll make another one. So here we go. Now, from memory, this had an okay root system, but it had been taken as a top cutting. So yeah, looks like we've got quite a few of these larger roots at the top, and it has some at the bottom here. I'm just contemplating in real time about what medium to chuck this guy in. I've got one that's already in hydro, so I would like to put it in soil. This looks like it's been in soil the entire time, so perhaps I just put this back into soil because, yeah, I think transitioning it to hydro is probably just going to shock it more than I need. And maybe if I bury it up to here, all of these beautiful, nice roots that seem to all have yellow growth points on them, the tips, hopefully they will all take off into the medium. I'll just have to make sure that the watering is on point. Otherwise we're going to get root rot and the whole thing will just be like and then I'll probably have to like propagate it as wet sticks, which would be great fun. Okay, vessel. Because it has such a limited amount of roots, I think I might have to chuck it in one of these smaller pots. But it should fit in there okay. The only sort of annoying thing with joepii and a lot of these larger, longer leaf philodendrons is that they end up hanging down a lot like this, so you kind of have to have them sitting off of a shelf or something, or stacked up on top of something, so that the leaf has, you know, space for itself. But I think that might be the go. So I'm just going to fill up the bottom here and then circle him in. Try and make sure that that tip of that long aerial root that has all the secondary roots coming off is sort of facing down and not coming back up out of the pot. And it's along the edges so that I can hopefully see the health of the plant. And then I'm just going to fill it in, obviously, with the chunky aeroid mix. Alright, so I'm quite happy with that, and what you will be able to see is this root, that long root is along the side here, which is great because there should be some condensation that will form there once you've watered it, and there are often little air pockets along the side there when the roots have actually sort of been in there and impeded the soil from sinking down, which I found is where you'll get all of this sort of furry growth. So I think the roots tend to really like that. So that'll be good to be able to keep an eye on things. And then I think what I will also do is put quite a bit of moss on the top to just make sure that those short little aerial roots that are coming out don't dry up too quickly and hopefully get back into the soil so that the plant can establish itself quickly. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it like that, at least for a bit, until it is well established. But yeah, was definitely happy to pick this guy up this week. I have wanted a sort of larger specimen, and especially a tip cutting, so that hopefully it would just establish itself root wise, and then maybe in a month or two start shooting out new growth and sort of not miss a beat. Hopefully shoot out growth like this, as opposed to starting with very small leaves again, as if it had just come out of tissue culture, which is what tends to happen with mid cuttings. So anyway guys, it was a short one today. Hopefully you enjoy it, and I will see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's video, and I don't even know what that is yet. I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to find something to yarn about, have a chat about with you guys, have a chin wag about, and I guess we'll see you there. In the meantime, check out these videos. See ya.